and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Thank you, girls. Today is the second of a series of videos that I'm going to be making as part of the small space gardening collaboration. And if you recall from the last video, basically what it's about is investigating, exploring how to garden in small spaces, whether it's small parts, small gardens, small areas in your garden, a window box, a single raised bed or whatever. And my area of choice, hello Colin, is a 15 foot by 15 foot area of my garden. And in the last video I talked about planning and how I was going to lay out the growing area, and today I'm going to talk about what I am going to plant in it. Now we're at the end of March, so I can't really put a lot out in the growing space, but I have got a lot of seedlings on the go, and I'll talk to you about those and show you those. And I do have some things that I'm going to put into the growing space as well. So let me show you if I can persuade Colin to go somewhere else. Let me show you what the growing space is looking like now and what I'm going to do with it where plants are concerned. Okay, here's the growing area. Just to remind you, it is 15 feet long and 15 feet wide. And since my last video I have completed the beds except for painting, and I've got some weed suppressant fabric down. So what I have as my growing area, I will have pots as well, but where the beds are concerned, I've got this one here which is 3 foot by 6 foot, and this is where I'm going to grow my brassicas. So I have, and I'll show you the seedlings that I have on the go later because they are undercover at the minute, but I have some cauliflower, I have some purple sprouting broccoli, and I have some calabrese. So I'll put some of that in here. And of course here's the rhubarb, and the rhubarb's coming on leaps and bounds, as you can see. If I just turn around, here's a strawberry bed. I think I had this created the last video, and I've got 2 varieties of strawberry in here, 6 of each. One of them is Cambridge Favourite, so these are Cambridge Favourite. And then over here we have, oh, I'm going to have to stand in the bed, oh no, Honey Oi, I think is how you say it. Hello Colin. Colin's following me around. Hello darling. So that's just going to do its own thing, hopefully. Sorry, it's a wee bit breezy today. Let's just step back a bit. These propagators aren't actually doing anything, these or cloches if you like. They were just put here out of the way. This bed here is, I think it's 4 by 5.5 feet by 3 3/4 feet or thereabouts. And Colin's found some water and he's having a drink. What are you like? So yeah, in here we're going to have turnip, beetroot, spinach and chard. And then here, this is the pea bed, but I've already, as you can see, I've got something planted in here, and these are radish, 2 varieties of radish. This is radish mix and this one is French breakfast, and I sowed these indoors and grew them on, just multi-sowed them in little cells, and beginning of the week I transplanted them out here. Radish cohabits fine with peas, and it will be a relatively fast crop, the radishes. I may put more radishes in, or I may actually put some lettuce in there once the radishes are harvested. So that's what I have. As I say, I've got a lot of things on the go, but I don't have much to actually put in the beds. What I do have though, if I just do this, and it's probably a little bit early for them, but you can see here I've got some little seedlings here. These are actually spinach, and it's spinach red vein, and I sowed these on the 5th of March. It's now the 31st of March, so they're still quite small, but what I think I'll do is I'll put a row of them here excuse me, and then I'll cover it with this propagator just to give it a bit of, I keep calling it a propagator, this cloche, and it'll just give it a bit of protection. So I'll do that just in a moment. And the other thing I have, and I'll need to go and get them, is I have some shallots that have, again, I've been growing in it's actually a plastic grow house, and I'm going to put a row of shallots in here. Shallots, onions, alliums in general do quite well with brassicas. I think the smell of the alliums helps to deter things like the cabbage worm or cabbage root fly, and so that's not a bad thing. So I'll probably just I'll put one row in at the moment, and then I might put another row in, or maybe even put a little row between the different things that I'm growing in here. So I'll go and get them and do that as well. And then here we've just got a big tub, and it's quite deep, and it's actually, I think it's about a 60 litre tub, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sow some parsnip seeds in there. The temperature's up. It's borderline not warm enough for parsnips, but what I'll do is I'll cover that with fleece once I've sown the parsnips, and hopefully that will be enough to warm up that soil a bit more and encourage them to start growing. So let me get organised, and I'll do these things in my little growing area. That is assuming we can move Colin out of the way. This is Colin, by the way, if you've not met him. Colin's nearly 18 and he's deaf as a post. Yeah, deaf as a post. But he does love coming out and joining me in the garden. Don't you, Colin? So that's 4 shallots in there. And a cat. Come on, good boy. Now this bed, because it's a brassica bed, I will be creating a sort of brassica cage structure around it so that we can keep out butterflies, etc. And the onions won't mind being under that. But the brassicas aren't nearly ready to come out yet, as you'll see. So we're fine at the moment. So I'm just going to record a voiceover for this part of the video because the microphone let me down at this point. But what I am doing is now sowing seeds for parsnips, and it's called White Gem. And I've got this large 60 litre round tub, and what I'm going to do is actually make a large circular drill around the edge of the tub, and that's where I am going to put the first lot of seeds, and then I am going to put another drill within that one so that I can put some more seeds in there. Never tried it this way before, but I'm hoping that that will give the parsnips ample room to grow and utilise the full size of the container. I've taken cover in the polytunnel because the weather's getting a little bit inclement, followed of course by Colin. So I hope you've enjoyed this next instalment in my series of videos for the small space gardening collaboration. Once I've signed off, I will at the end pop in some either photos or video footage of the seedlings that I was talking about that are sort of still growing on and too small to put out. So the broccoli, the calabrese, the purple sprouting broccoli, turnips, etc. And then hopefully next month's video will see me either putting them in or having put them in, and it should be starting to look like a productive vegetable plot, and fruit and vegetable plot in fact. One other thing that I don't know whether I mentioned is that I am going to be growing herbs and flowers in that space as well to complement the fruit and veg that are there, such as things like nasturtium, marigolds, borage, and a variety of other things, and I'll talk about a bit more about those and why I've chosen those to grow alongside other or the particular fruit and veg in there in the next video. And I'll also just be putting some pots of nice flowers in there just to add a bit of colour, because, you know, to me a garden isn't a garden unless you've got some flowers in there as well. So I'll finish for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to look at the description of this video to see the links to the other people that are taking part in this collaboration, and look them up and see what they're up to. But for now, I will say bye bye and thanks for watching. Bye for now. What is it?